Ho, 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 ho.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel. 0 dark 30 with just a hint of the sky starting to lighten behind me. Folks, we are this close to World War III, and we have been. In fact, I think I said we are in it already. And yes, we truly are in World War III already. The big question is will it go nuclear weapons? I'm bringing this up close to Christmas because it has never been closer than now. The threat of nuclear war. And it's not a result of Soviet communist aggression, which is the fear I grew up under. We've got something else quite different here. But right, instead of the world at war, we could end up with the world at SHTF, depending on how this goes. Let's just have a little quick talk about it, shall we? So approximately 20 years ago, Russia was in absolute shambles. Putin took over. The United States of America canceled the Anti-Ballistic Missile Treaty, the ABM, and that has destabilized weapons development, weapons procurement, weapons creation, et cetera, et cetera. Russia went a different way than creating more and more and more nuclear weapons. Instead, they went with these hypersonic missiles. I'm not going to play games with what we're talking about here. Hypersonic missiles. And these things cannot be stopped. They're too fast. You can't see them. You can't shoot them. You can't defend against them. And they're incredible weapons. The United States has continued with its carrier groups, its old stuff, and it's now being challenged by drones, essentially militarized toys. The battlefield is seeing these. The Navy is seeing them in the Gulf. And there's a lot of questions about what are these drones or unidentified aerial phenomena in our country over New Jersey. There's a lot of questions about where we're at and who's doing what, who is attacking who. Is there a difference between a terror state, like let's just throw a name out there, Yemen, Somalia, and the United States? Could the United States be considered a terror state? It depends on what side of the aisle you're on, right? If you're on the Russian side, you just might see that because the United States is giving weapons to Ukraine, and Ukraine is firing them into Russia. Right? If Russia gave weapons to Cuba and Cuba started firing them into the United States, we would of course blame Russia, right? So this is where we're at. And we could be wiped out with EMPs, electronic weapons. There's a number of ways we could end up in the dark, literally, SHTF, and then there'd be nothing left for us except to go through the phases of Mad Max. From crumbling small amounts of government and civilization into Wild West, into Mad Max, and just basic human survivalism. In any event, here we are, folks. Here we are. And what is stopping this? There's one thing that is stopping this, and that is Putin holding back, knowing President Trump won the election. Now, if Kamala had won the election, I wouldn't have any hope at all. No hope at all for peace, tranquility, comfort, or anything good in life if it was not for this election. So thank you, my friends, for voting. Now, with respect to, well, Trump did win, so what does that mean? Well, even yesterday, Voldemort Zelensky said, Putin fears Trump. I think there's a little bit of lost in translation and mentality there. I don't think Putin fears Trump any more than he fears anyone else. I think Putin respects President Trump. You must find that he has some sort of integrity that Putin can deal with. You can translate that into, okay, Putin's not going to do anything until Trump is in, so call it fear or think of it as a fear. No. But that's our one chance, folks. That's our Christmas piece for the time being. And I'll tell you what, that's my Christmas wish, is we get out of this without a nuclear or other super high-tech nasty war that could just plunge us back into, well, shall we say, pre-Renaissance times, back into medieval cart and horse times. It's that close, in my opinion, as we watch our miniseries and, well, drive down the highway, deal with this awful traffic, right? Yeah, it's bigger than that, right? It's bigger than that, folks. My Christmas wish is, yeah, Trump makes it to January 20th and is inaugurated as president, and his policies with respect to Putin, Ukraine, are met. And Putin gets to dictate, folks. He gets to dictate. And I sure hope that nothing bad happens along the way, because Biden could do something. He's already authorized, ridiculously authorized Ukraine to shoot into Russia. And they did. And Putin responded with one of his new hypersonic class ballistic missiles and just shocked the hell out of the world. It looked like, God's lightning coming down and just striking. And wow, here we are. They talked about giving nukes over to Ukraine. Well, that is just a madman's move. I mean, what's he going to do with the nukes if he doesn't have the keys and they're not armed? Well, we have to give him the keys and arm them so he can use them if needed. Otherwise, why give them to him? But if you give them to him with the keys, Zelensky can launch them for any particular reason. He can hold the world hostage. And that's been the fear of, well, every superpower, is non-superpower nations getting nuclear weapons and then holding the world hostage with them, threatening, making demands and saying, we want this, we want that, or we're going to use our weapons. You don't give nuclear weapons to a lunatic like Zelensky, or to anyone for that matter. I got to tell you, this new camera is working out nice. Really picks up a lot of the light. In any event, folks, these are my Christmas wishes. No nuclear war, right? And Trump making it to Inauguration Day and past. And that we get to enjoy an air that is not packed with tension and fear of nuclear war. That's where we're at, folks. We truly are there. Will it be peace? Will it be war? Will it go nuclear? Will you be fully prepared? Folks, chance favors the prepared mind. I know yours is. Help those that you can. Many people are hopelessly asleep. They've got no hope at all because they've been politicized, they've been indoctrinated, and they won't listen. Or they're so fearful or so much at a loss that they couldn't do anything that they won't even try. They'll just be like, what can I do about it? And they just stop. There's lots of those people, and I'm glad you're not one of them. I'll see you guys tonight.